Welcome to another episode of Ask Danette Anything. I love doing this, and last time I shared with you from Karen, who asked about a Dowager's Hump, which I'm going to share with you what a Dowager's Hump is and how you can actually help correct it. So have you ever noticed on the back, upper part of the back, as someone has gotten older or aged, there becomes this almost like hump. And some humps are a little bit more exaggerated and others are just slightly exaggerated. And that is what is called a Dowager's Hump. And there's good news around this. There's two different ways you can actually help. And I'm gonna share with you the emotional way, because you gotta know, I love learning about the body and the emotion tied to the different parts of the body and what you can do emotionally and why that might be happening on your body as well as physically. So before we get into the physical part of this segment of what you can do stretch-wise, I just want to share with you emotionally what a Dowager's Hump means. Now, when I share this with you and you have one, when I tell you the emotion that's tied to this, if it feels in resonance for you, then you know that this is yours and what you can do to really work with this emotionally. So when a Dowager's Hump happens on someone's back emotionally, it usually means that there's a sense of guilt. A sense of guilt, this pressure on their shoulders that no one really knows about. Either it's feeling this mom guilt or this guilt, something that's been gone on in your past that you have never shared with anyone and you've just been carrying it. And what you want to do if that's in resonance is really work on releasing that guilt. Now, I talk about this in my high-level premium coaching and how we work through these emotions that we've been holding on to and they're manifesting in the body. But for now, what you can do is just really release yourself of this guilt. Give yourself some grace. Tell yourself some positive affirmations. Another reason that Dowager's Hump can happen emotionally is that just like a lot of back issues, there's a heavy weight that you've been carrying and you're ready to put that weight down. So if there's something that you've been carrying that's not yours to carry anymore, giving yourself full permission that you get to take that worry, take that thought, take that story and put it to the side and continue on your path. So that's the emotional side. Let me tell you about the physical ways you can work through a Dowager's Hump. A Dowager's Hump. Now, I have done this on clients and seen miraculous results, and it's quite simple. But I just want to preface that if there's any pain in your body, if you don't have somebody who can really work with your body, then don't do this, okay? So use your own discretion at this. So you're going to lay on your back. You're going to have someone you fully trust come behind you, and they're going to just kind of gently massage your neck. You're just telling your body, hey, I got you, trusting, letting it be activated. Now, you have to have this agreement with this partner that if there's any pain, that they will stop, right? So you're in control of communicating that to them. So they're gonna gently, once they've just kind of massaged and relaxed the neck, they're gonna take their hands at the occipital lobe, which is that ledge at the back of and bottom part of your neck. Their palms are gonna go right underneath that ledge, and they're gonna cradle your head with their hands and gently, gently pull towards their body, moving your head away from your shoulders. This is going to create space so that your spine can go up in alignment all the way up into the skull. So they're going to hold that from anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds. It's actually a lot of work for the person doing it because they've got to hold steady and then slowly release. And they can do one more where they lift, slowly pull towards them. And it should just feel good. It should feel almost like there's some space. You can maybe feel a little bit going down your spine. Maybe you'll even feel it into your hip. Everyone's a little bit different, and then they'll release it. After that, what they're gonna do is they're gonna take their hand just like this, and they're gonna slide it between your spine and your scapular bone. So your scapular bone is that kind of winged bone, the big old wing, flat bone. They're gonna slide it in like this, like a wedge between the spine and that scapular bone, right in that little fleshy spot. And they're gonna put their hand like that and let the body just roll over it. And that's all. They're just holding and opening up space between the spine and that scapular bone, just like that, for 10 to 15 seconds on each side. They're also going to take their hands and push the shoulders gently away from the ears. Everything's about being gentle, communicating intuitively with the body, and then pushing the shoulders down towards the ground. This is going to open up the pectoralis muscles, which when these get tight, it creates this, right? We're like this, we're driving, we're sitting, we're watching TV. So opening that up is really gonna help support moving that dowager's hump as well, okay? So really watching that, but then pushing and opening and stretching out these pectoralis muscles. The last phase is rolling you onto your belly. Now this is where I really want you to listen very carefully on this, because this could actually hurt someone as well as pulling out the neck. So as they're face down, they're just gonna gently put their hand behind their back. Now, for some people, this is just enough. But their hands behind their back with their elbow just naturally dropping to the floor, they're gonna be like, wow, I feel so tight, that's enough, do not touch me. Respect that. You don't need to manipulate from there. Just start there, and then in a couple weeks you can actually do the moves that I'm going to show next. Then you're going to gently just see if the elbow needs a little assistance down to the floor. Once again, communicating with your partner. How does that feel? How does that feel? And once the elbow can touch, then you can go to the next step, which is taking the palm of your hand on that winged scapular and gently pushing it down and in towards the spine. So you're creating space in that open flesh part of kind of like the armpit. So you're pushing the scapular bone down and in towards the spine as the elbow is gently pushed to the ground, opening up. They may feel a stretch in their shoulder. Some people feel it right in this winged part of their arm. Everybody's going to be a really bit different. Some people might feel it up their neck. So once again, being very gentle with yourself. This shouldn't feel painful. It should feel like a nice, like, oh my gosh, I can breathe stretch. You know how a stretch sometimes can feel like, ooh, but not painful. So you're gonna do 10 to 15 seconds on each side, and that's it. And you would repeat this every single day until you start noticing a difference. Most people start noticing a difference after 14 days. How amazing is that? So take before and after pictures. Send them to me. Let me know, because I love seeing people see results. So we're all in this together. So I have one more question that someone wrote in about, which was about Kegels. And you can Google Kegel all day long and probably get even better information than I'll give you. But Kegels are actually really important. The whole body is a muscle system. And I have to say, everything we've learned about our body is pretty much a lie. I hate to say it, but our bodies are constantly communicating. There is emotion. Our brain, the skulls are oscillating. Our tailbone is oscillating, and we've been told that we're just like this solid structural being. That's not true. So emotions move different bones, and they actually affect the whole system. So Kegels are that internal muscle, which is actually going to help support the spine, going to help support the lower back, and actually going to help with pulling in all of these organs out, on top of enhancing your sexual interactions, okay? So there's a lot of reasons why we Kegel, but all the biggest advice I could give you is that all of us go to the bathroom, we go pee, right? So when you're in the bathroom and you go pee, see if you can stop the flow of your pee 5 different times. I know you're like, what, Danette? So what you're gonna do is you go sit down, you pee, hold it, and you're gonna count to 5 and then release, and then pull it back up and hold it for 5 seconds, or count of 5, release. Try to do that up to 5 times in one time. If you have to start at 3, move up to 5. This is a great way for you to really not forget to do it, and then also just really see if you're doing it right. So I'm sending you so much love. I hope this has been helpful for you. Leave your comments below. Do you have a question for me? Is there something that you would like to hear from me about? I want to hear from you, and I'll see you on the next episode.